What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 here in the autumn season of series number 4. Today we're driving around in our Honda Civic Type R that we unlocked in the last video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. But today we're going to be jumping into the Big Leagues Seasonal Cross Country Championship. So let's go ahead and take a look at that championship. That will get us the 2019 Lamborghini Urus, and our car restrictions are B-Class 700 and the Country Rivals Cross Country, kind of state. So looking at the eligible cars, I've just used 3 of these just to make it easy because last week I didn't and had to remake some cars anyway. So we're just going to use 3 of those. I do have them already set up and ready to go. So we'll jump to the start line, or the opening to this championship. I'll show you the first car that we're going to use, and then we'll jump into it. Alright, so our first car that we're going to be using is the Land Rover Range Rover Velar, first edition from 2018. The share code, tuner's name, and the name of the tune will be up on the screen now. If you aren't aware, sometimes a tuner can actually update a tune, and what that does is it updates the share code as well. So what I did was I went ahead and gave you the name of the tune and the tuner's name in case the share code doesn't work, so that you can at least search off of those 2 items as well. So we're going to jump into it and see what races we've got in the Big Leagues Cross Country Championship. Alright, a circuit race and 2 sprint races. Good deal. Alright, here we go. Ooh, it is storm season in the Las Dunas Cross Country. So here we go in our Land Rover, or a Range Rover, whichever you would prefer to call it. Something to note too is, I'm using 3 different cars across the different races, and you don't have to do that. You can use one of these cars, or just one car in general on these races. I use 3 just to show you guys some extra content of different cars that can be used and tunes that can be used. So make sure that you are aware of that. This thing is absolutely out of control. What the heck? So just make sure you're aware of that. You don't have to use this specific car. You don't have to use 3 different cars. I just want to make sure that you guys have 3 different options that can be used. So another thing to note is so 2 of the cars that I'm using we actually unlocked last season. So I think it's going to be the same case for next season, as you'll be able to use cars that you unlocked this season in next season events. So definitely worth picking them up if you can. So let's see if we can't get back up into first. We are not doing great at all right now. For these seasonal championships, you don't have to come in first in all 3 of these races. You just have to be in first place and points at the end of the 3 events. So that's something to note as well. That is not a good jump. Another thing, rewind is your friend. Just go ahead and leave it on. It doesn't do anything to you if you have it off, or if you have it on. It doesn't penalize you or anything. All it can do is help you save a race. So definitely something to think about, and I would just go ahead and keep it on completely. I'm a little worried about this car, honestly. It is not doing great right now, not holding up at all. We are in 8th place. I don't know if this championship is just hard or what, or this race with this weather. I don't know. This is just not going super great right now with this Land Rover. But we're going to see if we can't climb back a few positions. I think if I can get maybe into 3rd, I'll be okay. But we'll see. I might not even be able to get into 6th, honestly. This thing is not really doing too well. So this is definitely one that I would not suggest in the slightest, honestly. I don't know if the drivatars are just cracked right now or what, but I'm going to try to restart this race. Let's try this again. Because I want to see if maybe I just got a bad start. But let's see. That downhill on the volcano is absolutely insane. But this thing was way out of control going down that. And I mean, we seem generally slow off the line. But this is definitely, it's a tune from somebody that I've used tunes plenty of times before. So I don't know if it's the tune that's the issue, more so the drivatars just being absolute savages on this race. But we'll see. We're doing much better already. Already up into 4th. I'm going to use the... I didn't get that. Why would they put that to where you could miss that like that? That's dumb. Let's go a little slower around here. We're going to use the Renault, I think that's what that is, as a little bit of a bumper. And sometimes you got to do that with the drivatars. You got to use every advantage that you can get. On these drivatars, that Macan is much faster than us, it seems. Alright, so we're just going to see if we can fight for position here. I'm going to continue using this for this race, unless it just absolutely craps the bed at some point. But I think we'll be fine if we finish... Okay, rewind that. What the heck? I'm not a big fan of the extreme weather in this game. I'm not a big fan of cross-country events in general, so... just for this reason, there's way too much bumps and everything on these courses that can throw you off. Well, we're up in the 2nd currently. We'll take that. The Fords are trying to pull around. We're not going to let them there. This turn's really going to be the make or break if we keep our position, really. It just absolutely cut me up on the inside there. Let's see if we can't get back around him. I think he's going to be much faster than we are. But I'm fine with 3rd. We just can't afford really any other position losses. So we're going to try to avoid that at all, or if at all possible. I think this thing might just be too heavy, honestly. Where it's not nimble enough to be able to do some of the things that it needs to be able to, or that some of these other cars can do. So I would probably avoid this if you can. Now if this is all you have, you might be able to make it work. Or if you do find another tune that works out better, let me know down in the comments below. And definitely, you know, this is supposed to just be able to help other players, so if you do find something that works out better, definitely want to know about it. So we got 3rd on our 2nd try, so we'll take that. Another point to make sure that is across is you don't actually have to finish 1st in all 3 of these races. You just have to finish 1st on, or in points at the end of the 3 races. So you can see we got 14 points for coming in 3rd. And this is the championship leaderboard, so this is the one that you need to be in 1st at the end of the 3 races. So we're going to jump into our next vehicle and jump into our next race. Alright, here we go. So our next car that we're going to be using is the 2014 Ford Ranger T6 Rally Raid. So this is the one that seemed like it was just blowing right by us. So we're going to try this out. The share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name, and the name of the tune will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. This is from the same tuner, so we'll see how it does. Again, I don't think it was necessarily the tune's fault. I think the other cars were just probably more well suited than the actual Land Rover. So let's go ahead and jump into our Ford and jump into the Asado Cross Country Circuit. Alright, another rainy race here. Not my favorite, especially mixed with cross country, but we'll see what this Ranger can do. And for this one, we probably really need to be in 1st place at the end of it so that we can make sure that we're getting as many points as possible. Since we did come in 3rd in the last race, let's hopefully be able to beat out the person who came in first and last, or in the last race. I think he's actually up in first place right now. Slingshot, I believe, is who was in first. In that, I think it's a Renault. So that might be a good option as well. It's really funny to me how these cars can do so well in cross-country events, but the Land Rover was sluggish. Alright, through the stadium we go. If you can avoid these bowling pins, those will just slow you down, so you're better off trying to avoid them if you can. But we're up into third. We've got two of the Rangers up ahead, and we should be able to get them as we go almost to the finish line. Yep, got them as we cross the finish line on the first lap, so good deal. To keep this video short, I think I'm going to go ahead and skip towards the end of the race, or end of this race, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do a few more laps of this circuit. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright, and we are rounding our final turn here on the third lap. Just a little bit of a dart to the finish line. I'd say that this is a very good option for this championship, and definitely, you know, depending on how our last vehicle does, this would probably be my recommendation, being the Ford Rally Raid Ranger. So we did get 20 points there. Looks like Slingshot came back in 5th, which is good. So if I hit continue, you can see we're on top of the leaderboard in points now. So looking good. We just have to finish out strong on the last race, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into that last car and into that last race. Alright, so here is our last car. So this is the other car that we did unlock in last season. This is the 2019 Porsche Macan Turbo. The share code for the tune, along with the tuner's name and name of the tune, will be up on the screen now if you want to check it out. But we'll see how it can do here, and we'll jump in and hope that we can get a first place finish. Alright, here we go. Copper Canyon Cross Country. So another sprint race here. Let's hope that we have better luck in this one than we did the first one. Here we go. Off we go. We just got a random challenge complete. Doesn't ring a bell. I don't know what that one was for. People will take a little bit of an early start there just because it starts on asphalt. Come on, little Porsche. This thing feels really stable, which is good. We're just going to use another car as a little bit of a bumper there to get around that turn a little faster. We are up into third, and we are climbing. That's good to see. Good to see. I can tell you 100% that this is way better than the Land Rover. So, and we're up into first with 30% on the race. Got a jump coming up here. And landed it. Across the water. Those cars really should struggle going through that water. Slingshot is way off in the... He ran way out and ended up in the rocks. So he's not going to be in first place. I think he'll be lucky. Looks like he's still struggling to get back on the track. So good deal. So 60% through the race. I think what I'm going to do is just turn down the vocal volume and let you guys listen to the car. And I'll talk to you guys as we get to the finish line. All right, and there we go. That one was much easier. So my two suggestions would be the Porsche and the Ranger Rally Raid. I would stay away from that Land Rover. Just don't even try it. It would probably be okay with another set of cars, but for this set, wouldn't do it. So Slingshot came all the way back in 11th place. We do get 20 points for coming in first, and that puts us at 54 points in total on the championship, which should get us that Lamborghini Urus. So let's go ahead and skip here. So this is the race podium, and there is that Lamborghini Urus as our reward. All right, so there we go. That is how you complete the Big Leagues Seasonal Championship here in the autumn season of series number 4. and how you can unlock the Lamborghini Urus from 2019 as well. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely leave a like on the video. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 5 content just like this. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.